Translating graphs. Now, once again, we're just pushing a little bit further on this idea that you've picked up from completing the square. So we can see this setup. We've already seen a few times before. Maybe we'll come back to this. Let's break up into smaller parts. So we know that if we're adding on just a value outside of the function, it will shift it upwards. So it won't go left or right at all, but it will go up. But inside, there's always one that people confuse as such with the direction. So we think if it's got a subtraction sign there, that one is going to shift it to the right by that value, but it won't move up or down. So we're looking over here then, in this example, if we look at this, notice to change the constants here, then this one here, we're going to have as A and this as B. Now, you get asked to look at this now in more complex situations with cubics, maybe more. But don't rush to expand functions and try and introduce this idea. I would like for you to take a look at this for an example. Now, if we've got a translation of -1, 0, we're looking at this moving to the left by 1. So we need to consider what would happen with the function in this situation. So if it's moving to the left by 1, really, we're looking at that situation. We're looking at the graph moving that way, so this would be a positive number. Now, without expanding all of this, we could just, if you notice, we've got fx. Now, if you had, for example, like you may have seen before, if I had f2, you would have just started to substitute 2 in for x all the way. Same approach applies here. Instead, we'll substitute, instead of an x plus 1. So let's get going. Okay, so we have x plus 1, x plus 1, minus 1, and 2x plus 1 plus 1. And we continue to sort this out, so x plus 2, just x, we'll come back to sort that out later, 2x plus 2 plus 1. So tidying up, we can say we get an x here, we've got x plus 2, and this bracket will be 2x plus 3. So, can you see that without expanding this entire thing and figuring out how to just shift that, this is a much quicker way to get to a final answer.